All right, welcome to Ongoing Volume. We are on episode 5 already. I am Digital with my co-host.
Blade.
Yeah, you like that? That's how I've been doing every time. It's fun saying your name. That's why I always do it. So, Blade, what have you been up to? What have you been consuming lately with anime, manga, what have you?
I just finally caught up with Jack of all trades, Party of None, the anime. I think it's pretty much caught up to what I read in the manga, so I don't know if it's gonna go any further or what's going on. And I've been reading Shangri-La Frontier along with our normal uh, Chainsaw Man. On volume, we just did volume. This is volume 5 today. Holy crap!
Yeah, I know, which we're gonna get into here in a second. Okay, sweet. So, how are those going?
So far so good. I really like Party of None. Jack of all trades, Party of None. It's been I still haven't caught up with where the anime is in the manga, but I have noticed some differences in the manga for Shangri-La Frontier versus in the action.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I've been reading through Soul Leveling, Ragnarok, and then I just started like yesterday, Record of Ragnarok on Netflix. Record of Ragnarok is definitely fun. I know you mentioned in an earlier episode all the backstory kind of got repetitive or boring. Of like,
I don't think it was
I want to watch the
boring,
fight.
but I think it
Okay,
does kind of, because of doing it in the middle of the fight. It kind of takes away from
changes the
it. I
pace.
think I would like
Yeah,
to have like the introduction of it all, then do the fights.
that's fair. I'm really liking it. I won't get into it here yet, but I did finish the second fight just right before hopping into this. So it's been pretty exciting. Anyway, so
I mean, that's still like
yeah,
episode 6 or something like that. It's
we're super early on. But yeah, if you have not heard from what I think it was like our maybe episode before or two now, we talked about we're going to be doing different series on some of the different anime and manga that we're going through on our own. So like for me, I'm going to be doing Soul Leveling Ragnarok and Record of Ragnarok, and then I have JJK, which I didn't skip over, but I was on the TV and I was like, oh well, I could just check out Netflix. And Record of Ragnarok's right there, which I'll come back to. And then Blade has his
I
as
have
well that we're gonna.
Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, and Shangri-La Frontier.
Yeah, so gonna be super exciting. So keep an eye out for that.
I will note that
Go
is
ahead.
specifically the manga for One Piece. It took me forever to get caught up with the.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
jump
Good
back
luck.
on it and watch like a couple episodes here and there, but it's gonna take me forever to completely get caught up with that.
Yeah, right now I'm reading. What is it? Yeah, I'm reading the manga for Solo Leveling Ragnarok because I wanted to get caught up quicker. I don't even know if it's animated at all. Actually, I didn't do any homework on that. And then Record of Ragnarok, I'm pretty sure is in a manga as well as it's animated. So I might flip over. I normally like to go to the manga first because I like to get caught up, and then if I hear the animation is amazing, I'll go back and like watch it or something. And then JJK, I'm probably gonna read. We'll see. I like, yeah. It
I might
depends.
watch
It
the
is
anime for JJK.
okay. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, so let's get into Chainsaw Man. So we just wrapped up on volume 5, and we're here to go over it together here. There is a lot. I have a gazillion notes. There is a lot to go through.
I got quite a bit as well, just for one volume.
Yeah, do you want to kick it off? Do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, it's kind of it. So I'll kick it off. The first thing I noticed
Okay.
was the fact that the snake lady, I forget her name, didn't actually have control of the ghost. I thought that was really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like you, oh no, she got control of the ghost devil. It's gonna be a tough fight. No, nope. Ghost devil just sat there and let him kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was yeah, that was very surprising, considering everything that you saw leading up to that. I think the first note that I noted immediately was about the samurai sword, is what they called him, was the demon that, or devil Denji has like a vendetta against now.
The Katana Devil, the, the official name
Yeah.
apparently. I was close with the
Okay.
sword.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently they had a backstory or some connection to Denji in that they were the grandson into the Yakuza that drove Denji into the debt, which was kind of interesting that the word that they picked was they drove him into a debt when he
It was his
inherited it on
father's dead,
like,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I thought that was a weird choice of words. Maybe it's a translation. But
It might be, it might
who
not
knows?
be, because in a way, technically the debt should have left with the father, and somehow it went to the kid, and the kid really didn't know any better.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
they were
know.
just like, "Hey, do you want to fix this on your father's behalf?" And Denji's like, "Oh, sure, whatever I need to do." And then
Yeah, there wouldn't
that's
be any contract or anything holding him to it, because he wasn't eligible to even sign a contract for the debt at that. He's
yeah,
still not an adult. He's 16, so.
yeah, yeah. But he's a menace in the show, the 16-year-old menace that everyone's afraid of.
Who can't read.
He can't do a lot of things.
Yeah, he can't read, can't do
But
math.
apparently he could. But he could do a tie. He can tie a tie.
Somehow.
Yeah, one of his survival skills. Yeah, then the other note I had was the future devil noted that with Aki, he contracted with several different how did I totally misworded this in my notes. But pretty much when Aki uses his ability, he can see, it said like a sliver into the future.
Yes, I have that note here. It says, yeah, it's specifically a sliver into the future, so he can see like a second or so into the future, so he can react to things a lot easier.
Yeah, so that will be interesting because it's been hard, and I feel like it's always hard in manga compared to anime, but it's hard to see just how fast these characters are. So like, does that second really make a difference like it would for somebody in Bleach or Dragon Ball, or
Mm.
Naruto, where like they're like
Well,
blitzing across
it
fields.
doesn't say how long a sliver is,
Right, exactly.
and
So that's kind of
also
what I'm trying to
the
figure
other
out the
thing is that
benefit.
he's only seeing it in his right eye, so his left eye is still seeing normal time. That would completely throw me off. That's gotta take some training to get used to.
That's a trip. You got present time in like half of your brain, and the other is seeing a sliver, and you have to somehow like figure it out.
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
He
But
definitely
that,
would
I
need some
mean,
training for that, which I guess they did do a training montage, so I guess he's had time to master it.
yeah. I mean, and he looked like he was a menace when he was going through the training. Like he's cleaning house through whatever was right in front of him. So it's always hard, especially with these characters that are pretty developed in power by the time we meet them. Like Aki, like, did he go through some big leaps in power, or is he just getting more accustomed to this ability? Because he's been the one in charge, where Makima kind of gave him the keys to the kingdom on this whole division. So anyway, I'm interested to see where this goes with Aki and his power, because he didn't seem like he was messing around in any shape or size at all. And now he's got this to where I think that sliver, quote unquote, obviously has to be big because he sacrificed. He didn't really sacrifice much, but that devil is supposed
Yeah,
to be crazy powerful,
yeah.
and
The future devil's supposed to be really powerful, and they usually sacrifice a lot. But for him, it's literally, I just want to see your ending, pretty much. So it's
yeah,
obviously something interesting is going to happen for a future devil to be that interested in it.
yeah, exactly. So I'm excited for that.
Yep.
And
So
then
I got a
go
little
ahead.
note here. So why is Power still a complete idiot even after the training? I just
I think that's just her personality. I don't
it could
know.
be, but you
Yeah,
would think that she would learn something, because it's literally, oh, they went on the floor and it opened up to a bunch of zombies. And did you even see they're like, just don't make a noise? It was obvious that he was just waiting for the door to close so he could go to the next floor. And Power's like, no, we're gonna go in and fight. It just
yeah,
why?
yeah, yeah.
We're not even
Which
on the floor where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I actually missed that note, even though I know exactly what you're talking about. Which I did know later. There's something we find out from Makima with that fight that happened with Power and the zombies.
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, we'll get there in a second. So yeah, then Denji goes up to the correct floor, and then who up there is waiting for him except the devil that kicked a good amount of butt, including Denji.
Yeah, we find out that it is kind of the same thing with Digi, where this guy replaced his heart with, well, I don't think he necessarily replaced it, but he put the heart of a devil into himself.
Yep.
So Digi's heart's replaced by the chainsaw devil. His heart is he apparently has the heart of the katana devil in him.
Yep.
That's how they're different than a fiend. Is that they're still technically human, but they have a heart of a devil in them.
Yep. Yeah, and their fight was pretty fun to watch. We do see it's not even that long of a fight. We do see that Denji, what was it? He lost both of his, yeah, he
He
lost
lost both
both
of
of
his
his
arms,
arms, and then
and he
the
was
head
threatening with
piece on
his
his chainsaw.
yeah. But you find out that he can make chainsaws anywhere in his body, including his legs. And he was actually
Yeah,
purposely trying to get the guy to aim towards his head chainsaw so he could take him out with his leg chainsaw. So that was really creative
yeah,
and awesome. I loved it.
yeah. That was very explosive, exciting because it looked like Denji's just on the ropes, and then obviously Denji's able to change it up. So when I saw the panel where his the chainsaw was in his leg, I had read that or looked at that as Denji's head chainsaw broke off and he pushed it with his leg through him. But I'd have to look at it again because what you noted was he put it on his, or
Yeah,
he
it's his
pulled one
actual
out of his leg.
leg. He
Yeah.
had another chainsaw like right in the middle of his leg all the way down.
Okay.
So he made a
Yeah.
fourth chainsaw.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm definitely leaning towards what you're thinking because my head when I read that was how wouldn't his leg get cut off if he's just pushing a broken chainsaw? But what you're
Yeah.
saying makes more sense than I read because I kind of had a couple question marks on my note of like, what? How does that make sense? Yeah, that fight was pretty cool though. Seeing Denji literally on the ropes, at least for a short amount of time, because it didn't seem like Denji was gonna beat him unless he had some trick up his sleeve, which he ended up doing because the Katana Devil was so much faster than him,
I
just as one
figured
step.
that he would have a trick, especially after the training. I'm sure
Yeah,
he has even more abilities than what we just saw in that small section.
like Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Chainsaw Man.
uh,
Right, or maybe he's got infinity.
Either one of those would be kind of scary to Digi's hands, I'll be honest.
That would be really scary for anybody that opposed him. Uh let's see. Uh they sorry. I
So
am
I
currently
did
looking at
have a
my
note
notes.
here for after they captured the lady with the snake devil. The snake
Yeah.
devil actually ate her head off.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they consider it like a suicide contract or something like that.
Yep.
I thought that was really weird to put it that way because I wouldn't consider it that. Oh.
No, no. And I'll admit I wasn't I don't know. I wasn't totally invested in like the things happening on that side with the snake devil compared to the Denji thing. I think I like skimmed right through it to be like, what's going on with Denji? I need to know.
It was only like a
Which I should have
scene. You
done.
just see the snake had just bitten her head off. So
Hmm.
I could see just skipping over it, but I was really confused by that how they put it. I just I don't know. I think that they would have better contract than that.
Hmm. I mean, when you're trying to just get whatever power you can, I guess, you know, what room do you have to negotiate? I guess,
Yeah, fair
you
enough.
know. Um, I did love the part where they tied up the sword devil or samurai katana sword devil guy, and
Competition.
the competition, and Aki actually participated. And he's like, "What? What? We just need to tie him up. We need to capture him." And then it's like, "Oh no, next panel, they're all
Once he
kicking
got
the
it, the
crap out of him."
explanation, the competition explained to him, he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in.
yeah, that was hysterical. And they're hoping that what was it? Himeno was hearing them up in the heavens or whatever
Yeah.
they said. Yeah, that was great. Loved that. Uh yeah, that was another high, I guess, right? They defeat somebody and then they get the reward of being, Denji's just a teenage kid and he's very basic of like, well, I captured him, but I don't have to be nice,
Yeah.
I could get some of my own personal revenge here.
Well,
And Aki, you need it.
the guy was kind of an a-hole and didn't really understand the full scope of what happened and never believed Digi even when he told him the truth. So
Yeah.
he kind of deserved
Yep.
what happened to him.
Yep. Yeah, and then so they capture him, and then Makima is presenting to, it looks like some, the form of government going on the mission status of what they've done. They gathered enough material for the Gun Devil to the point that they're actually going to start seeing where it's at. Like there's enough of a pull happening, and they've triangulated it down to exactly where that's going to be. So very quickly on, we're seeing, all right, they're making good progress to the main baddie. There's not this like, you got to beat 7 bosses before you get to me, Demon Slayer,
That is kind of a trope in a lot of
It's
books.
true.
I just
Bleach does it with the Espada, Akatsuki.
Yeah, I'm just now thinking of Persona 5, the vacation one that they did. I can't remember there was a continuation to the story that they did at Strikers.
Okay.
And as part of that, they actually go into a novelist world, and it's like the most generic novel BS that's possible. And of course, you have to fight like 5 different bosses for levels. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Please no.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Even though I will say, if done right, it is enjoyable. But we didn't really. Obviously, I'm poking fun at something we didn't even like. They didn't rank him or something like, oh, he's the number 4 devil under the gun. Like there wasn't.
Yeah, there's nothing like that.
I'm just throwing shade for the fun of it.
But yeah, after that, when we get to the point that he was talking about with power, that he kind of drank too much blood.
Yeah, that was the next bullet point I had. Yeah, so she starts growing horns, which is like the first demonic, devilish trait I feel like we've physically seen on these types of characters. And then I'm pretty sure it's Makima is the one that shares this info of like, oh, we need to drain her. And
yeah,
it seemed like it was normal.
To the point that she kind of completely accidentally completely annihilated Genji for a second there. But apparently, every so often, Power has to go get her blood drained just to get her power down.
Yeah, and just in the small little interaction where Makima tells her that, Power just kind of goes, okay. And it's, you could read it as either she's used to it and agrees with it and it's a norm, or she's so fearful of Makima that she'll just do whatever she's saying.
Yeah, it could be. It's probably a bit of both, honestly.
Yeah. So that was I felt like good info because that kind of like foreshadows what about when Denji does that? Because Denji, how we've talked before, when he was fighting what was it wasn't a time one. What was his name? The devil that locked him on the floor.
Devil.
The Infinity Devil, yeah. Where he was literally just consuming its blood and just getting like this huge passive heal because he kept consuming it. To where he's able to defeat that devil.
I think one of the big difference is like I was saying earlier, Digi is not a fiend, so it might affect him differently than the power, but power is also a blood fiend, so I think that also affects things. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out in due time.
Yeah, it could go one of several different ways specifically for power, and then maybe it stops at power.
Yeah. But yeah, because of that, Digi gets a new partner. What you think of the shark fiend?
It's okay. I'll admit, like the idea of the shark Fiend is cool because some of the abilities you see when he's trailing Denji. I will say maybe it's a good change of pace because Denji's already pretty unorthodox, and uh, having somebody arguably crazier than him or like fanboying over him is a little interesting. I don't know. I'm a little conflicted on like I'm happy to meet a new character that's hanging out with him, but I'm also not sure if I like the Shark
Yeah,
Fiend
I
yet.
was wondering why the heck the Shark Fiend loved Chainsaw Devil so much. What
Yeah,
what what the heck is the relationship there?
yeah. What has Denji exactly done to have this reputation? You know, like I mean, he's gotten rid of a couple devils, but I don't know. I don't know if there's something that I'm not seeing that has made like his reputation skyrocket to the point that like even the other devil hunters are like very interested in him, like the Shark Fiend, or maybe he's not super knowledgeable on what's everything else outside. I'm not sure.
Not sure either.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
have
seems
a
kind
really
of like
big.
an idiot at times, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I would imagine if you look at the scorecard, before it's kind of like the, don't meet your heroes, right? Because a scorecard might reflect one thing, and then you go look at who he defeated, but then you meet him, and you're like, oh, Denji, you're an idiot. Like, how did you win any of those fights, right? Like that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean,
I think with
Denji hasn't
Denji,
exactly.
he's just very good at surviving, and that's kind of what gives him his edge. Is that he's willing to do anything to just keep on living.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And maybe the more I'm thinking about it, maybe the Devil Hunter roster in general even outside of this division isn't super vast because Denji was the one out of that whole group when they got locked in that building on that particular floor with the Infinity Devil, that he was the one that was able to defeat them, where they were all thinking about getting rid of him and feeding him to the devil. So that's probably going to have some build up towards his reputation that he was being, his whole team was ready to go fork him over to that devil, and he was able to defeat him on his own anyway. So that might help with it. Like maybe I'm imagining that the Devil Hunter, whatever they're going to be, whatever they're called, is just this huge team of folks, but maybe it's not that big. Maybe it's much smaller, and it like anybody that stands out is going to really stand out. I'm not sure.
That's true. I mean, the whole group is built up of devils and fiends, so or
Yeah.
some variation of that. So I guess some of them stand out more than others.
Yeah. So what did you think of the thing that happens next with Makima and Denji?
The date, I loved it.
Yeah.
um, I was more intrigued at the fact that they kept on watching movies until they found one that Makima liked.
Hmm.
That or moved Makima. I think that was it. Is that they were trying to find something that actually made her feel something. That's kind of giving you a
Yeah.
hint of Makima's really not normal here.
No.
I mean, things that
But she's
actually made
go
Denji
ahead.
cry just made Makima go.
What was it? Was it I felt like they were at the same time both reacting to things. Like they seemed so much more alike than I think even Denji or even, me or us, understood. Like they're so far apart on intelligence, at least with what we see from Makima compared to Denji. But then they are relatable on things like human emotion and maybe it's that Denji's just so immature and he doesn't necessarily know how to respond to things, and Makima is so far above it. But then they kind of have a common playing field on things that are extreme. I don't know.
Do we know Makima's age? I don't
No,
think we
I
ever
don't think so.
did.
She's at least 21. She was drinking.
That's true. That's true. Well,
Yeah.
is drink age different in Japan? Actually, curious.
I don't know. I thought there was something that mentioned
20.
that they had to be 21. Okay, it's
20.
20. So maybe she's at she's got to be at least around that age, 20, 21.
Yeah, because
especially
I
to
was
be at
thinking, I
the
know the
rank she's
drinking
in.
age in Australia is 18, so I'm like, is it still 21 out there, or is it something different?
Yeah. But I mean, that makes you, I don't know, that makes you believe that, I mean, Makima is the huge manipulator, right? So the more you see her talking or doing anything, the more questions I have of like, what's her intent? What pushes her to do anything? Like, especially manipulating Denji. Like, she's not doing anything to the level that she would with power, where she just obviously makes power fearful from her. But Makima is doing things that makes Denji obviously yearning for more of her attention in any way, right? And she's not doing anything to make her fear or him fear her.
That doesn't always work, considering Digi does get another girl pretty soon afterwards.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you want to go on
Yeah,
to the next part?
what do you think about Rize?
You're just kind of at the point of every time they introduce a new character that's friendly to Denji, what's their motive?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's
That
very
was it's
rare.
like it's a huge. Okay, what's this one like? Is there a devil feed? What's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's not
secretly
like
hope it's not, but you definitely know it.
yeah, exactly. Because it's not like, where you look at the outcome for, like, let's say, in the Dragon Ball world, you have Gohan and Videl, or or Chi Chi and Goku, and like the outcome of them is great and everyone's happy with it. But leading up to it, someone talking to the main character, you immediately have, your alarms are raised and you're going, what are you in here for? He's my
especially
main character,
especially if it's not somebody earlier on that we know or something like that.
Exactly.
I just
Yep, they weren't kind of in that circle
like
at the,
if you had
time
like a,
started.
it would have been different if there was a flashback showing that Rize actually knew him as a kid or something, but there was nothing of
Yeah,
the
or
sort.
someone else is like friends with Aki, and something that make you connect to that. Right now there's no bridge of connection, so you immediately have your alarms raised and you're like, what are you here for? Oh, look at that. She's doing all these things again to manipulate him, because she goes skinny dipping with him. They're doing all of the
Oh
things,
boy,
right? Not
yeah.
not everything yet, but all the stuff to kind of allude to. She doesn't, at face value, you could look at it and go, oh, she must really like him, but at the same time, like, Denji's already dealt with a couple of different women already, and it's kind of even raising like his guard a little bit, to where he's just like, now he's not just, gooning over every single girl he sees. Like, I wouldn't say he has his guard up, but he's less like diving off the deep end of how can I kiss or hug or whatever. Like, he's just like, when they first met, like, she was like, oh yeah, come to my coffee shop or whatever, and then he
He
just
just
came
goes
and
straight
hung
in,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. But he wasn't like, when can I hang out with you? Like, he was just kind of there, and then she was the one making the moves, which again is always interesting, of like, okay, now you got him here, you're the one that's like, come over to my chair, and he's like, no, I'm good, I'm just chilling here. I was already sitting here, or whatever the situation was.
Yeah.
And then she went and sat over there anyway. um yeah, let me see.
So I do want to get a bit more into her because the ending for her is insane. But we do get a little intersection in there between that about Aki and his new partner, the Angel
Yeah.
Devil. I would not
Yep.
expect the Angel Devil to be super lazy like he is.
And it's a dude.
Yeah, it's a dude.
Yeah, like, it's so funny because I remember I literally read that, and they said him or his or whatever. I was like, is that a dude? And then like a couple pages later, somebody points out, like, maybe it was
It
Denji.
was
I
Digi.
swear, somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was in
somebody was.
Digi's
Yeah,
head. He's
Denji
just
was.
like, well, it's definitely not the Angel Devil. I hear he's a dude.
Yeah. So there was nothing questioning. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very lazy. Aki now gets to go, shepherd another trainee, arguably, and maybe trainee is the wrong word, but
I think
motivate.
he hasn't tried to motivate Angel Devils, which I think is what he's trying to figure out what motivates him. And we
Yeah.
do get the fact that he likes ice cream, but he just sits there and constantly orders ice cream for some reason.
Yeah, because he's procrastinating. He
Yeah,
doesn't want to go
yeah.
anywhere, and he's like, "Oh, well, what? Let me just finish this," and
We gotta
then
go back up
the
and
the
twirl.
goalpost never moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, weapons are. Let
But
me
the
see.
Angel
I did
Devil could
note.
create weapons. Yeah, that was something I found
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So, do you think they're gonna just be throwing weapons to Aki with his power, and he's gonna be the main brute in that duo?
Probably.
Yeah,
But it depends on. I don't know the. So they mentioned some things about how the weapons are created, but I don't know how long it takes for the angel weapon to make a new weapon or anything of that sort. So I guess we
yeah.
have to
But
wait
they
and
have
see.
crazy. They have crazy abilities because
Yes.
uh, they shared that the one of the weapons was able to cut through an intangible ghost.
Yes.
Intangible, folks that don't know, means they're not physical. So like think Danny Phantom and how he's phasing through walls. They're somehow able to cut him. So like we see early on in the series when we meet the one of the first or the I want to say like the only ghost is that like whoever was trying to have a fight with him, like they could not interact or grab or harm the ghost, but the ghost could harm them, which is terrifying to think about. Yeah. So the fact that the angel was able to create a weapon like that is now terrifying on the other end because it's going to catch folks off guard that are not able to perceive what weapon probably Aki is going to wield. Um, so yeah, a lot of questions now sprout off from that of exactly what you talked about. What's the duration? What's the use? Like, is Aki just going to have like I don't know, like solo leveling? He's got an inventory of weapons. He just grabs and out of nowhere, and then poof, he's fighting immortals, or whatever he's
There's
doing.
actually a web comic that I've been reading called uh, Dungeon Porter, and he has a bag that's just filled with weapons. Like, are we gonna go that and just keep on pulling out weapons one after another, or what? Yeah,
Yeah, it's like 10-10.
yeah. So just get these scrolls of
uh,
weapons out. And
yeah, exactly. Ping, boom, poof. All the smoke,
yeah,
popping
yeah,
from the
yeah.
weapons.
All right, we're getting close to the end of the volume, but we got I
Yeah,
think the last two sections I think are very important, especially the fight with Rize and the Typhoon Devil, or the
yeah,
person who was being controlled by the Typhoon Devil. I don't know the extent of what happened there. But
yeah,
Typhoon
yeah.
Devil,
Manipulated, partnered,
yeah.
whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Well, they weren't really partner because the Typhoon Devil was like, "Well, if I knew you weren't here, then I would have come." But
No, sorry, I meant with who the Typhoon Devil was with
oh
the
yeah,
guy.
that guy was being manipulated out the
Yes.
boss. But
Yeah, which
I literally sat there when got to the part where she was singing. I'm like, that looks like Russian. Is that a Russian song? I had to look it up. It's actually an actual Russian song. It's called
okay.
"Jane Slept in the Church."
Okay.
I have no clue about it, but that's what I found out, and holy crud!
Yeah. It was they definitely foreshadowed the typhoon with the rain and then how the rain stopped when she went in the phone booth with Denji. And then cuz originally I thought that was like her ability of like, oh, she's in a better mood because of Denji, the rain stopped. Something along those lines. But it now makes me think it was Typhoon, and then I'm sure it was
It's
related
probably
to like
Typhoon
her.
following him. What I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then, literally, yeah, right at the end, we see that Typhoon knows her, and she's got to be a big bad in some way of maybe power or rank or both to where Typhoon's like, oh, you're here. I wouldn't have done this had I known, right? To where there's a level of respect.
Yeah, but there is one more chapter. You did read 44, right?
I think so.
Okay. You got the reveal of the devil that Rise is?
Oh, I did not read 44. Tell me. That's okay.
He's the bomb devil.
The bomb diggity.
Yep.
Okay.
So she tries to trick Denji into joining her and running off. He refuses. He's like, I have a good situation where I am, and she then kisses him and bites off the guy's tongue, so he can't scream or do anything of that sort, and starts pretty much going after him. He gets saved by the shark devil. Who's like, I should have known. I should have guessed that it was him. And then you just see her head explode, and all of a sudden there's a bomb in the place of her head.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, that's insane.
And that's where it left. And that's where it leaves
That's the
off.
end of it. Yeah, she's just walking down
Oh,
towards
okay.
Denji with that head on.
Okay. That's my bad. I need to update my note. I said read to 44, not complete 44. So I got there and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Nope, it's every
So
9
that's my bad.
chapters from here on out.
Yep. No, you're right. I need to rephrase my note there. All right. Sweet. Well, that is exciting. So that is volume
Volume 5.
5.
We're now going to do
Yeah.
volume 6 for the next one.
Yeah. So if anyone has been following us around on Chainsaw Man or wants to follow us on the journey there, feel free to check out the segments and the podcast. But yeah, Blade, I think you got the next segment.
Yes, I do. We got some anime news, anime and manga news. I've been trying to savage around, and this is probably going to become a normal segment where I'm just talking about some of the things that I noticed that stick out to me in the anime or manga world. The first thing I wanted to talk about was Bleach, the stories. So, Bleach, with the release of the Thousand Year Blood War, has started redoing all of their older arcs in the newer art format of Thousand Year Blood War. And you can, if you're here, Digital T is definitely happy about this. So they just announced the Soul Society arc on this. So I'm actually, I'm really excited for that. That looks amazing. I mean, that was my favorite arc in Bleach. So
I'm pointing on my camera. All of that right up there is Bleach manga that I own, and some of the light novels. I'm pretty sure they're right here. Huge Bleach fanboy. Oh, there we go. And I have Ichigo right here. I'll even show you. Look at that. The goat.
nice.
Anyway, continue, Blade. I'm excited.
Right. Yeah. So it's actually mixed from what I've been reading in the comments. It was a bit mixed about how people think about it. Because they're like, well, it's just another remaster of the original one. It's just like, well, it's done. It's a new art style. Hit or miss. I'm excited for it. I hope more people are. I actually am excited to see a redone of the older Bleach episodes.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm a big Bleach fan. And we talked about, I want to say, I don't know, one of the episode maybe 2 ago of like how Dragon Ball is looking to do that for. It wasn't Z. They were doing. Was it Z?
It was not.
What were we? It was.
Might have been Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball. We wanted it for Dragon Ball, the original one.
Yeah, we talked about on how they have
talking about
3.
doing it for Z because that's a more popular one.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I know I pointed out is, yeah, you have Dragon Ball. Why wouldn't you want to go do that? And most of the reason is, it's it's just some of the animation or the style doesn't follow like today's expectation when you're thinking of a show. So like it would be very hard for somebody to randomly come across Dragon Ball and just want to watch it today. And like on its own, you'd be like, "Oh, what's this show? Oh, this looks like it's from the 80s or the 90s." Like,
there are versions of that version of the older format that have stuck around. Like Yu Yu Hakusho is still popular. That was also made around the same time. A bit newer.
And I think what will get folks to watch stuff like that is the reputation around them. But what I'm talking about is like you're scrolling through whatever streaming service. Like if you see Dragon Ball alone, are you going to click on it if you don't know what it is? Probably not. And so that's where I'm a fan of reanimate what you have. like Bleach in this case. And I think Naruto is trying to do something like this. I thought I saw something a
I
while
heard
ago
One
on
Piece is
that.
also doing another version like that as well.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense to draw folks back to the original stuff because it can be hard to go back to it on its own and be like, well, when does the art get to modern times or this story change? And like
Especially
one of the
since we
things that
know there's so many fillers and stuff in there that it becomes a pain in the butt to actually
yeah,
watch at
yeah,
times.
and it's the viewer's time, and if you want the viewer's time to sit through and watch something, and if they have the assets to go reanimate something, and they've seen historically it's starting to work in other places, go do it. Like I'm super excited to go watch Bleach in the reanimated to go see like how good it can be with today's updated standards. Because what got it to where it's at is obviously how we know about it today. But like for a new viewer that's coming into it without the whole story or reputation and they're scrolling, it would be a little hard for them to click on it. They have to only rely on the reputation that they have.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, the next news I found was My Hero Academia actually got a Guinness record for the world's most in-demand anime of 2025. I think my thought on this is how can we determine if it was the most in-demand anime? Was this how we
Yeah, how do you
quantifying
quantify it?
this?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Um I know the manga is done for My Hero.
The anime is
I
also
want to
done.
say I'm pretty close. The anime is done.
The anime
Okay.
is done.
Okay. Was it done recently to where that is why?
Could
Like
be.
within that record?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Interesting. That's a fun series.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'll say for the
I
most
was I was
part.
mentioning
It's
this
not
before, but Giz book word records has become more if you have the money to actually apply to it, then you actually earning something that's actually a world record. You gotta apply to it. You gotta have people there to quote unquote verify it, which is verification can be mixed. What I understand, I've never applied for one, nor do I plan to apply for one. But it's more about if you have the money to even apply to it in the first place.
Yeah, I wish for this specifically that you got and maybe I don't know, whatever, report of this didn't share it and Guinness does have this noted on how they quantified it. But yeah, just kind of like having like arguably a clickbait title of like most in demand. Like, what does that mean? Like everyone put it on their my stuff on Hulu or Netflix. Like
Yeah, it's on
what
everybody's
does that even mean?
watch list. How we
Yeah,
quantify this
exactly,
exactly?
exactly. Yeah. So I would be very interested on how they quantify a world record like that because it is exciting. I'm happy that My Heroes, getting the acknowledgement to wrap up everything and then also get to again this world record. But yeah, I'm always interested on the data behind how they get there.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next one I have is I don't know if, how many people have ever played or watching the Dot Hack series, but Dot Hack is coming out with a new game. Dot Hack 0 Z.E.R.O. Um, looks interesting. I love the Dot Hack games. I never actually so I played it on the PS2, which was the first ones that I saw of Dot Hack, and I never completed that whole series because if you guys haven't, if you knew that series, there's like 5 games that it was a part of, and I think I played the first 3, and I could something happened. I never got the fourth or the fifth one. Um, that was a fun series, and I'm looking forward to seeing this come out and seeing some more Dot Hack out there.
Looks pretty. I don't
Yeah,
know much about it.
the major thing is that sometimes the story gets convoluted with Dot Hack. It is based
Okay.
around uh, an MMORPG called Dot Hack, and usually play as different characters in there. And you had 2 characters that I think they had in the anime and the story. They had characters that had the same outfit, same everything, and it's like there was this whole convoluted thing for it. So It gets a bit out there, but it's fun to actually play through the games usually.
Okay. Sweet.
Just a
Very
real
fun.
quick check out the game when it comes out.
Yeah.
Next thing we have is something that I found interesting. I never read this manga, but now that I've seen it looked interesting. I read the synopsis of everything. Chie Shinohara's Red River is getting a TV anime release. So, like I said, I've not read this, but the synopsis was pretty much a girl who pretty much was she just got accepted to college. She just she's had good with the relationship with the guy, and like everything's up on the up and up for her, and all of a sudden things start acting weird. Water starts rippling and staying away from her. Then at some point she gets dragged down and pulled into a different world where she's pretty much a sacrifice or something like that. So I'm actually interested in seeing that.
Dark.
Yeah, it can get dark, but apparently
Yeah.
she survives. I don't know how. That was something that I'm kind of curious about. So it
Nice.
was a anime made back in 2004. So this is an older one, and it looks like they're doing it in a newer art style. So it should look nice.
Sweet.
Yep. And the last thing I have is this is kind of sad. So I never knew about this anime. I don't think it was marketed too well, but there is a Terminator Zero anime, and it got canceled after one season. Is now officially canceled. It did not get the release that they wanted, so they said we're not gonna keep on going. Even though I think they said that they had planned for at least 3 seasons of this. So that's kind of sad. And I'm like, I've never heard of this. I think it's on Netflix, which might explain why I don't.
Is it is it Terminator Zero?
Yes. Have you heard of it?
Gotcha. No, I just looked it up. So it looks like it's Terminator, like Arnold Terminator.
Yeah.
Terminator. Okay. That is sad. I didn't know about it. I would. I mean, I'd check it out in a heartbeat. I love at least the OG
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Terminator
thinking that
movies.
there wasn't enough knowledge on this. And I
Yeah,
didn't know about it until I saw the cancellation. And I'm just like, what? This was the thing? I actually like Terminator. I'd watch it.
yeah. Terminator's super fun. What does he say? Take off your clothes or something like that. Right when he gets to the bar.
Give me your clothes.
Give me your clothes. Yeah.
I'll be back.
Very fun.
Anyways,
There you go. Yeah.
there's a iconic line from that.
Yep. Sweet. Well, there you go. There's anime news with Blade. Now we're all caught up on the world of anime. I moved to the wrong sheet. There we go. All right. So next one, we're gonna do something fun. Blade's favorite is build a character. So how this works is there is an enemy, which I will reveal first. That way Blade kind of knows what he's standing against. And then we have 5 different attributes that we're going to read through a different character. And Blade is going to decide where each character goes on the attribute list to build this unique character to go defeat this enemy. So the attributes are strength, powers, speed, durability, and then I have battle IQ / IQ as 1.
Strength,
So,
power, durability.
yep, I have it on the shared doc too. If you just want to go through there, I broke it out, and I can start plopping characters as you do it. Shared doc for today. So let me know when you're ready, and we will do our second build a character ever. And these are supposed to. I used to do these where it was all randomized, but I do these on purpose in a way that makes Blade have to think extra hard.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So now you have a visual. I see you in the doc.
Yep.
Like I said, I can go plop the names in there once you decide, so you don't have to worry about typing. All right. So the enemy that you're going to be facing is Saitama from One Punch
Oh,
Man.
I'm screwed. I don't think I can beat. Like Thomas kind of OP as all heck, so I'm not sure if there's a way I can beat this guy.
He's pretty strong. Yep.
His
I
whole
was
gimmick
thinking.
is
I
that he
thought.
gets bored and just gives his enemy as much advantages as he can. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just done. Boom, dead." uh,
Yeah. Well, so I was thinking last night as I was building this, and I was in the villain spectrum. I'm like, man, I don't want to keep pulling from Dragon Ball. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't have to be a villain.
nope, it could be a hero. And I am pretty much
Yep.
screwed. It would take kind of a miracle for me to actually survive this, but we'll see. We'll see
So
if I can actually get the.
there are ways to win.
About the only way I can think of is I'm gonna have to really be careful on the battle IQ because Saitama is not really much of battle IQ. He's just more punch.
Yep. So let's get started. So your first character is Mewtwo from Pokemon.
Out there. Oh. Okay, well, Mewtwo does have some really awesome powers. He's a psychic type. He's one of the most powerful psychic types in the world of Pokemon. Along with, he's pretty much the Pokemon to get in most of the games if you can. Um, not known for strength ability. Maybe go. Don't want to give a Pokemon battle IQ because they tend to take. But even in the mangas, he's really well known for. I think I'll go for powers. I think I would like his psychic powers. That will give me a good hands. Give me a way around him.
All right. That's a good one. All right. Next one is Yurichi from Bleach.
Yeah, I think Yorishi would be an interesting one to put for battle IQ. She's saying.
Okay. Is that what you want to stick with?
I'm not sure, like because he's also
Oh,
really
okay.
well known for speed.
Yeah.
uh, no, yeah. I think I'll stick with battle IQ.
Okay.
I know that I'm saying that's one of the more important stats, but Yorishi could actually come up with the idea to defeat a person that can one punch her and actually implement it. So maybe.
All right. So your next one is Tenten from Naruto. The ninja with all the weapons.
Yep.
And you have strength, speed, and durability. Yeah. Forgot that I thought you were going to.
The thing is, I wouldn't want her power anyways because I would definitely prefer Mewtwo's power over power to have like a billion weapons. I don't think that will help too much against Saitama, anyways. I think no matter what, this is just gonna be a throw it into a spot moment.
Yep.
The one thing I think I could dump in this whole thing is speed, and Tenten I think would be a decent spot there. At least Saitama can go fast though.
He's crazy fast.
Yes.
He's faster than the Flashy Flash.
Yes. He's just overall, he's meant to be the OP character.
Yep.
Well, durability, yeah, that would be a good dump because about one, it'd be pretty much one shot any of these characters so far.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get lucky with some strength and power speed, please, to be able to combat.
Yep. Yep. So your next one is Sung Jinwoo from Soul Leveling. And I think you're only an anime consumer. The manga, he
I
is
actually read the manga.
redonkulous.
I know.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah,
So
he
then you
is
know.
insane. Yes.
No secrets. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you know.
I actually kind of want to put over speed. He's probably one of the few that could do that. Like his power's good, but
He's
honestly, I think I like Mewtwo a bit more than his power, even though his being able to summon a ton of things gets insane. But he actually originally built. He actually did his build based around a speed build originally. Then he gets his power to be over dead, and he's like, "Why am I getting a necromancer ability?" I should be getting
Yep.
like an assassin or something like that. He's just like,
Yep.
wait a second. No, I can protect my own people with my own speed. Yeah, I think that would be probably the best spot for our
All
solo
right.
leveling.
Then your last one is Master Roshi from Dragon Ball series.
Well, at least we
So
got the
that
Kamehameha,
lands.
which is his
So
form of
that's the
pure strength.
strength. That's the strength, though.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think that would land in powers more so. But Master Roshi isn't a slouch.
No, I don't think his
Well, I don't.
Master
Let's
Roshi's
see. So you got.
powers. Like he has two main ones, which is Kamehameha Wave, and his the
I
evil
would say
stealing ability.
any of his key abilities, I would say,
But
are within his powers.
he's not super power. He doesn't do a lot of key abilities. Like I say, he only
Or
has
sensing,
uh,
or sure. I'm just saying those are
yeah.
like what come to mind for most of the Z fighters.
I know of his two main abilities, which is Kamehameha Wave, which he taught to just about everyone, and
Yep.
the evil sealing ability
Oh, in the jar.
in the jar. It's
Yeah.
supposed to take
Yeah.
his whole life force to do it, but he ends up figuring out a way to do it that doesn't take his whole life force. They can only do it so many
Yep.
times.
Yeah.
I still think I
So
got
yeah, let's
screwed, but
yeah. So for viewers, yeah. So we got strength, Master Roshi. Powers is Mewtwo. Speed is Sung Jin Woo. Durability is 10-10, and the battle IQ/IQ is Yorichi. I don't think you're gonna win.
no, honestly, I don't think there's. I don't even know if there's a combination here that would win.
So when it got to Yorichi, which was only the second pull, I was expecting Mewtwo to go into Powers or Battle IQ/IQ,
Okay.
and then I was expecting Yorichi to just land in Speed. Uh, and I was trying to set you up early. I'm like, all right, we got some comparable,
I think
spots
Sung
between.
Jin Woo's faster than Yorichi.
Sure, but you didn't know that yet. So
That's
that's kind
true,
of
but
my plan as I was doing this for
there's a
you.
ton of fast characters, so I was kind of relying on that in anime.
Yes, yeah, and then 10-10 was the I wanted you to think of, oh God, what are we doing? And then Sung Jin Woo, you could put him in almost any spot here, and
Yeah,
he's
that's
gonna
the
be
reason why
good.
I literally had Tenten as a dump. It's just like I don't think
Yep,
any
exactly.
spot that Tenten could actually help out much. So durability, yeah, I'm gonna be one punched anyway. So
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably a hot take. I'm not a big Saitama, one punch rider. Like, I don't think he beats a lot of really powerful anime characters like a Goku that's in Ultra Instinct or
ooh,
Super Saiyan
that's a
Blue.
hot take.
Right? You can, yeah. So I'm down to go have that fun debate. If anyone wants to have me give a whole breakdown, I'll gladly do it. But definitely, you know, Ragnarok, Sung Jin Woo, or even solo leveling Jin Woo. I think he's up there with Saitama in most of the categories as well. Um, and then Master Roshi, he's not at Krillin level in Super, but he's still a tough human. Anyway, so let us know what you think. What combination would you have done, or what did you get when you were doing it along with us? Because I'd imagine part of that is, everyone slightly does it a little different until you know what's next. And then it's always in retrospect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Um, what do we got? Oh, this one's yours. Oh, now
Yep,
it's
I
on
got
me,
my
huh?
own
Now
segment now, finally.
yeah.
I'm gonna do another
Yes.
segment since I'm taking advantage of the fact that Digital T still doesn't know a whole lot of anime, and he's starting to learn a bit more. So early on, we'll see if I can get him caught up in this. We're gonna do some anime and fake. While I still can, because I don't think I'll be able to do this
Yay.
again.
Stay
All
away from the
right.
internet for a couple months and we'll come back.
Yeah, there'd probably be some interesting named animes. I just actually mentioned one that I just popped up on my Crunchyroll list. Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic lord. Production magic turns a nameless village into the strongest fortified city. I'm just thinking, holy crap! I forget how long these names can be.
These are like yeah, like how do you fit these on the front of a manga, Like so big.
No kidding. All right, well, let's get going. Number one, I got 10 here. Picking up fairies is easy. Is it anime or is it fake?
My brain went to physically picking him up, and then it also went to picking him up like they're a chick. I'm gonna say it's real.
That is a fake anime.
Oh, thank God.
You say it's real, you're just like, oh, thank God. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it probably is. That's a weird name, but
If
thank
it
God
is,
it's
I
not.
have never seen or heard about this anime. Like I said, any of these animes, people are more than welcome to.
I
If
don't
they're
want to see
fake,
it
you're
if
more than
it's
welcome
real.
to take the concept and make your own version. I will have a laugh at it. So
Yeah, let us know once you make it, and we might check out the trailer. We'll see.
okay, so next one. Tell your frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. The anime or is it fake?
Oh boy, another long one. That one's real.
That is an actual anime.
We did it. Back on the board.
It's actually an interesting one. I kind of like the concept of it because early on, this guy whole class gets taken to this new world. Each of them gets some insane abilities, and he gets a junk ability. Well, what they call a junk ability, and turns out it's not so junky. But he gets thrown away by the by this goddess, and pretty much gets sentenced to the deepest part of a dungeon where he's pretty much guaranteed to die. He gives him the slightest bit of hope. Turns out he survives. Gets insane amount of levels out of it. But give it a shot.
Nice.
I really like the anime.
Sweet.
All right, the next one is as a reincarnated aristocrat, I use my appraisal skills to rise in the world.
That's 100% real.
Have you heard of the name before?
No.
Oh, it is real. It's an actual anime.
Yes. The confidence is going up. That's why I just said 100%.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's one that I haven't seen yet. I'm actually kind of interested. It's actually on my. I think it's also one that doesn't have a dub, if I remember. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't watched it because with the sub, it takes me a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. Losing my virginity to a spider. A web of lies.
God, I hope that's fake.
It is in fact fake.
Oh, thank God. I'm not even gonna. I just wanted to answer it. I didn't even want to think of a premise.
There
Like,
is
no.
one that's someone with spider now. So what? That's actually a really good anime. You're not
Okay.
homophobic.
That sounds much more fun.
Yeah.
Than losing your virginity to a spider, and then whatever the rest of the title is, it doesn't matter.
All right, I'll go to the next one. No matter how I look at it, you got it. It's your guys' fault. I'm not popular.
All right, this makes me think it's like about kids in school, and obviously their popularity is very important to them. I'm going to say it's real.
The real anime.
Look at that. We're just we're batting what?
We're at four.
Almost 1,000.
Yeah, you got 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 4 out of 5. You're doing pretty decent there.
Want to go around the wall here? Hall of Famer, anime or fake? Digital.
Yeah, some of these are pretty good at catching people. Some of them are just obvious that it's on. I think the last one I picked the better ones, but we'll see.
Okay.
So next one, reincarnated as a villainess's chair.
As a what chair?
As a villainess's chair.
Oh. I bet they're doing weird stuff like sniffing. I In the world we're in, I'm gonna say that's true.
It is not true. That is a fake one.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, another. I didn't even want to envision what's the premise. Like I'm good.
Look, there's some insane anime out there. Who knows?
Yep.
Okay, next one. Reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the dungeons.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this one is true, and I'm pretty sure I've heard of it.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. You can just
Got you
put
on
that as
that one.
null or something. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of. I guess that's one of the more popular ones, but it's because it's such a crazy concept. Yeah, I'm a vending machine now.
Yeah. Yep. I don't remember why I know about it. I'm pretty sure a friend told me about it, and I was very much in the like, what?
It
What
is
would it
a
even be
one
about? And they
moment, but
said,
it's actually a decent anime. It's silly.
okay. Nice.
It was a crazy enough concept. I'm like, okay, you got my interest. Click.
I gotta check it out.
Yep.
Yeah. The titles. Check it out. Let's see.
Okay, next one. Pie, the greatest slice of life.
Fake.
That's a fake one.
Yes. If it's a pizza pie, now we're talking.
All right, next one is my warm idle days during nuclear winter.
Man. Fake.
Fake.
Yes. On our way to batting 1,000.
Last one. My neighbor's dog is secretly a hero.
My first thought was crypto.
There's a ton of superhero dogs out there. Even Batman has it. Batman
Is
also
he a
has a
superhero dog?
cow. Yes.
I know. It's a superhero dog that Batman has?
Yes.
Ace?
Huh.
He's not a superhero dog. He's a superhero's dog.
Who also helps out a lot of the if you Crypto Super Dog does include Ace if you want.
Oh, okay.
I remember correct.
Hmm.
And you know instance of Ace actually going out and helping out as a superhero.
Okay. Okay, I believe you. True.
That is not a real anime.
See? It's only a comic book thing. I got caught off guard. We are talking about DC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Talking about anime.
there are
Yep.
anime involving dogs out there. Definitely, I'm pretty sure this is probably a concept in an anime. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I
It's
have
being
no
presented right now
anime
as the
called
next
that.
big show.
Yeah, Google it's a thing. What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right, so you got a score of 7 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
It's passing.
That's pretty good.
You got to see.
Let's see passing. See? I'm gonna say pretty good more than passing.
All right,
That's what I'm gonna stick with.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the last segment that we have. Thank you for putting that together, Blade. So this is the end of episode 5 on ongoing volume. We are on all the different socials with all the different podcast forums you can listen to. We're on YouTube, pumping out a bunch of content on there as well that doesn't make it to the podcast because that we don't have enough time. Make sure you check that out. And then as a friendly reminder, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will go through and do a series where I'm going through One Piece, and I'll start over. We'll do it by arc. Blade will coach me on where they start and end. That way I'm doing it correctly. And so, yeah, once we get there, I will start that series. And yeah, we're, again, to talk about the first segment again, Blade and I are going to be uploading different segments where we talk about different series that we're getting into as well that don't make it to the cast. So expect a lot of different types of content coming out as well. So thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Join
And
us on
we'll see you in the
Discord and
next episode.
all the other social medias that we have. I think we only
Yeah.
have Discord right now, but we plan to make more.
Yep. All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.